What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Well, the end of the year has come, another year down, and I gotta say that as far as Bios3 training is concerned, it's probably been the best year. Well, not probably, it has been the best year ever. And you know, I didn't set out originally with this channel to make it as big as it's become. I didn't think it would do anything. Actually, the first video I ever made in 2012, last year, was actually about a trainer in our local area who was screwing people up, fucking them up left and right, and I just said, you know what, I had enough. So I had made one video talking about different, I think it was diuretic foods. I made another video about cardio, and that's the first few didn't get that many hits, and it wasn't until I made the videos about another YouTube channel that things really started going. And that was in the end of 2012. As we rolled into 2013, of course, we started out with going to Mexico like we do in the last few years, and I made that first video in Mexico where it got pulled down. So let's not say too much about it because it got pulled down. But I was in Mexico. I made that video about steroids. We'll just put it like that. And that's when things really picked up. Things really started taking off at that point. I made a list over here so I could make sure that I get everything in that I want to talk about. After, Mexico, we rolled into the Arnold Expo in Ohio, and that was the first time someone recognized me from Bios3. So that was how I kind of knew the channel was starting to get out there, and it started to become bigger than just a few people watching it. We met the first YouTube fitness community people we met there, Matt Ogus and Chris Lovato. I used to call him Steve Lovato for some reason, whatever, Yucky Lovato. We went to Pittsburgh this year with 3 people in the Bios3 trainees. Did really well up there. Kari won her class at the Pittsburgh. Went on to the Junior USAs where Kari got 4th place, I believe it was, at the Junior USAs. Had a couple of people on that show. So, little by little, the training was growing, the word was getting out, the channel was growing. Everything was starting to grow in very organically at that point, okay? So it wasn't like I was really pushing anything. It was just happening. The Bios3 clothing line was released this year. You see the battalion. The battalion was created in 2013. The shirts came out. We've had multiple shirts. We have new shirts coming out in the following couple of months that are coming up. January and February, we have some new stuff coming out. Something a little edgier. Of course, we're still going to have the battalion shirts, but something a little edgier that, isn't really related to like a training thing. It's more of a, well, you guys will see it when it comes out. We went international this year. This year with, international personal training. We have clients in Japan, Egypt, Denmark, Canada, Australia, Holland, Norway, Sweden, Scotland, Ireland, Switzerland, and New Zealand, which, it just has taken off. We're in 13 countries right now. We had bad things happen, like Kari, shut this off, Kari's uncle passed away this year. My dad was diagnosed with cancer. So, we had some bad things that you have to overcome too. In the early midsummer, I competed, also, Kari competed, but I also competed. I got in the best shape I'd ever been in, completely peeled, and that was my goal, was to be as shredded as I possibly could be. Accomplished that goal, was very happy with that. We went to the Olympia this year, which was the first time we went to the Olympia, which we thought was going to be Cutler's last competition. Got to meet a bunch of YouTube subscribers there, got to meet up with like Big J Extreme, Mark Lobliner, Chris Jones, a bunch of the people that are normally on their channels, which we were all brought together at the Olympia, which was very, very cool. I've had a lot of support from those guys, so I got to thank them for everything they've done this year too. Jason Blaha also, I haven't met him yet because he's out in the UK, but his support too. And the collaborations with the multiple YouTube channels. We've had now, let's see, we've hung out with Big J, Mark Lobliner, Chris Jones, Nick Wright, Bob Arcan from Olympus Iron. It's just been a really cool, positive experience all the way around. And, we ended this year going up to Rhode Island to train with those guys, Nick Wright and Olympus Iron. And in a couple of weeks, we'll be heading back to Mexico to start 2014. And we're looking forward to trying some new stuff, doing some of the old stuff. And the BS3 Underground will be coming. So keep an eye out for that. I'll keep you guys posted as that comes up. But it's in the works. It's in the kind of the imaginary works. It's the think tank right now, but it's going to be very cool. So happy holidays, happy New Year. Thank you guys all for the support, making the channel grow. And now I got a little slideshow with some videos mixed in. Without further ado, happy holidays. The 2014 Bicep of Peace, and we're out.